With all the drama surrounding the 2024 driver market, Red Bull has been involved in many of the rumors and fantasy scenarios being put out online. Whether it's been the theory of a Ricciardo return or a Carlos Sainz reunion to partner Max Verstappen, the driver market has been rife with speculation ever since the preseason. But while many talk about a potential new teammate for Verstappen, his current teammate is quietly putting himself in pole position to win a contract extension at Red Bull. Sergio Perez has gotten himself off to a solid start in 2024, and his recent performance at the Japanese Grand Prix was one of his better ones in his Red Bull career. So is Checo doing enough at the moment to convince the Red Bull bosses of an extension beyond this season? Well, let's dive into the numbers and data behind his season so far and his race at Suzuka. It was only a mere 6 months ago that we raced at the Suzuka circuit, which is not a lot of time in Formula 1 terms. A real driver's circuit with demanding high-speed corners, it's not exactly what you would call Sergio Perez's favorite track. Prior to 2022, Perez hadn't even finished in the top 5 in any of his previous 9 Japanese Grand Prix appearances. In 2023 at this very circuit, the Mexican struggles around Suzuka were highlighted as he only managed to qualify 5th, miles off his teammate, and then he had a rough race in which he had to retire due to damage. So 6 months removed from the horrid performance, Sergio Perez quite frankly shocked everyone with how stellar his pace was all weekend long in both race trim and over one lap. At the 2024 Japanese Grand Prix, Perez qualified P2 on the grid, only 6/100ths of a second off his teammate on pole. Last year at this event, that qualifying gap between the teammates was 7/10ths of a second. Perez managed to improve his 2024 qualifying time by a whopping 1.3 seconds, comparing that to Max's 6-month improvement of 7/10ths a second. This massive leap in performance led to Perez's first front-row start since the Miami Grand Prix in 2023, and also Red Bull's first 1-2 in qualifying since way back in Bahrain 2023. And Perez's solid pace at Suzuka is all the more impressive when you consider the RB20 made the least amount of pace improvement of all the teams in comparison to Japan 2023, only going 6/10ths faster than the RB19. Red Bull is off to another hot start in 2024, and despite the hiccup at the Australian Grand Prix, they are still the clear favorites for both championships. Both drivers are performing extremely well at the moment, and especially on Sergio Perez's side of the garage, you notice an improvement in the pace and also the confidence of the driver. Despite being outqualified by Verstappen 4-0 to start 2024, the gap between the teammates stands at only an average of 0.2 of a second, much closer than in previous years. Checo's race pace has also been strong this season, helping Red Bull score 3 out of 4 1-2 finishes to start the year. Red Bull have already scored half of their 1-2 finishes total from last season, and were only 4 races in, further highlighting an improved form from Perez. But is all this enough from the Mexican to convince the likes of Helmut Marko and Christian Horner to re-sign him for another season? It's still too early to tell, and as we know, Perez has had a history of starting off the season strong and then falling off toward the middle and end of the campaign. But a strong drive at one of his weaker circuits feels like Perez might have finally turned a corner in his Red Bull career. Perhaps he's accepted being the runner-up to his exceptional teammate, and it has lifted off the pressure from his shoulders to the point where he can focus on himself and his performances. And while the competition for Checo's seat is pretty good, with the likes of Carlos Sainz and Yuki Tsunoda on offer, Perez still might end up being Red Bull's preferred choice. The Verstappen camp might not desire a partnership with Carlos Sainz, as the off-track power struggle could create complications Red Bull want to avoid. As for the situation at RB, it's only taken 4 races, but Daniel Ricciardo's potential return to Red Bull seems all but done and dusted. Thoroughly outqualified and outperformed by his teammate, Ricciardo has been left in the wind, and now it's Tsunoda who has moved up to the Red Bull pecking order. But a promotion for Yuki to the big team has always seemed unlikely, which leaves Red Bull with the trusted option of Sergio Perez for at least 2025. The Mexican isn't feeling any pressure about his future, and he revealed post-race that it is only a matter of time that he finds out what his plans are for the future of his Formula One career. So do you expect Red Bull to re-sign Sergio Perez for 2025? And how would you rate his performances so far this season? Comment your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.